Round Springfield is easily one of the most emotional episodes of The Simpsons ever. There will be spoilers in this discussion because I'm going to have to talk about the thing that makes it emotional, and it really took me by surprise. Although I've been watching these in order, there are obviously throughout the years. I've seen episodes that came after this one, but I wasn't aware of what happened in this episode until I sat down to watch it. And I've seen it twice now, having attempted to watch The Simpsons all the way through on two occasions, and I can't imagine I'll ever watch it again. Not because I didn't like it, but because I watched The Simpsons to escape reality, and this one is just a little bit too emotional, but it is beautifully done. Round Springfield is the 22nd episode of the 6th season. It's directed by Stephen Dean Moore, and it aired in October 1995. And as I said, there will be spoilers from now. So it starts off with Bart eating this Krusty cereal, and there's a bit of metal or something in the cereal, and he swallows it, and of course that's going to tear up his insides, so he has to go to hospital. And while the Simpsons are with Bart in the hospital, Lisa discovers that Bleeding Gums Murphy is also in the hospital. And it transpires that he's very unwell, and there are some beautiful exchanges between Lisa and Bleeding Gums, and it's so lovely to see Lisa having this positive role model, at least positive in terms of influencing her music and her creative abilities. And then he dies. And on the one hand, I applaud The Simpsons for tackling the subject of grief and dealing with it beautifully. It's very well done. But also, how dare you make me feel these emotions that I wasn't expecting? Up until this point, there had obviously been sentimental episodes of The Simpsons, but maybe even a couple of deaths. I'm trying to get my timeline straight in my head. But certainly this is the first time where it's been a really raw, emotional experience. And watching it, the first time I watched it, it took me by surprise. The second time I knew it was coming, but it still hit pretty hard. And it's all about how Lisa deals with her grief and copes with this loss, and also about immortalizing Bleeding Gums Murphy, because even though he's a great musician to her, she realizes that people might not actually remember him now that he is gone. And she goes about trying to find ways to immortalize him through his music, which I think is absolutely stunning. And it's just such a beautiful episode, and it's delicate, it's sensitive. It's not without its comedy. There are obviously comedic moments, but I'd say this is one of the least funny episodes, and for good reasons. I think they've tackled the mood very well, and obviously it's very well animated. It's a beautiful narrative, and I'm not too fussed about the character. I never really liked Bleeding Gums Murphy that much. I didn't dislike him, but if he never appeared in The Simpsons again, it wouldn't bother me. But to actually kill him off was kind of rough, and I can see why they wanted to do it. Um, and obviously they couldn't have chosen a more important character because we want those characters to recur. And if they'd chosen just a one-time character, it wouldn't have hit as emotionally. Certainly, if you watched this episode having never ever seen any other Bleeding Gums Murphy episode, it probably wouldn't be as effective because we've got that emotional build-up through Lisa's experiences with him and how we know he has helped her and been there for her and inspired her. So it's difficult. It's a really difficult episode to watch, but for the right reasons. As I said, it's beautifully done, very emotional, and I don't like watching it. And I mean, I probably will watch it again eventually, but certainly for now, I think two times is more than enough. But if you haven't seen it or don't remember it, do give Round Springfield a watch. It really is an excellent episode.